What's up, y'all? It's Shave Lizard back with another video, and today we're doing our second schedule ranking review video. Today we're doing BYU. Last year the BYU football team was pretty good, I'd say. Now they are a independent, so they don't have a conference or a group of specific teams that they play every year. I believe they play Utah State most years. So some teams are pretty consistent on their schedule. But they don't have any guarantees, so they go all over the place, do all the conferences, and find teams that'll play them. Last video, I realized I made a big mistake, and I didn't add whether or not it was a home or an away game. So now here I have at such and such, or just for Notre Dame, it's at a neutral site. It's at the Raiders Stadium in Vegas, so it's versus Notre Dame. So yeah, I guess we will get into it. First game of the season, USF in Tampa. I'm gonna say that this one is going to be, I want to say it's going to be an easy game. I don't know though, it's in Tampa. It is USF though, they aren't very good. Second is Baylor. I'm going to say Baylor is going to be a challenging game. It is at home. Still, Baylor, I think, won their New Year's Six Bowl in the Big 12 last year. So, challenging, I'd say. Now, at Oregon, I'm going to say that's definitely pretty hard. You're in Eugene? Yeah, Eugene, Oregon. Eugene. You're in Eugene. I don't think you'll come away with a win there. Fourth, we have Wyoming. I think Wyoming should be a pretty easy win. Wyoming was pretty good last year, I think. I don't know if they were pretty good. They had a couple good wins, but I think Wyoming will probably be easy for BYU. I'm going to put Utah State as challenging. I believe they won 11 games in their conference last year, finishing off the season in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl with a win over Oregon State. So that's good. They play this game almost every year. This year, for some reason, Utah is not on the schedule, so the three Utah teams won't play. I think Utah is still playing Utah State, but the trifecta won't quite happen. Yeah, I think it'll be a challenging game. They won their conference just like BYU. Next, we have Notre Dame. It is at a neutral site. It's not in Indiana, in South Bend. I would like to put this as impossible, but I don't think it's really impossible. So I'm going to stick Notre Dame in the pretty hard category. Next up, we have Arkansas. I did not know that BYU had scheduled Arkansas until I was looking at this. I think that'll be it's in Provo. It's in Provo. So it kind of evens the playing field a little bit, but I think Arkansas will be definitely a challenge that BYU has to overcome in the middle of their season. Next up, Liberty. It's in Virginia. So Liberty was also okay last year. They had 7 wins, I think. They're the first away team that's in the challenging category. Interesting. East Carolina, I'm going to say that's probably going to be an easier win for BYU. East Carolina at home. I wouldn't see them as a big threat, but, things could happen. Next up, we have Boise State in Boise. I'm going to say that's probably a challenging game. It's in Boise. Boise State is not a bad program. I think it's probably a 60-40 chance in favor of BYU. Next up, we have Dixie State, an FCS team. I think that's going to be too easy. BYU puts up 60. And to end out the season, BYU plays at Stanford. I'm going to put that in the challenging category. Stanford was not very good last year. I think they beat USC. They beat Oregon, who's also on the list. It'll probably be a difficult game for BYU. Definitely not impossible. I'm kind of on the edge about this one, but I think it's more in the challenging category. I think that BYU could walk away from this. This is more of a 50-50 game. They could walk away with this with a win. That kind of wraps it up. BYU, they've got one team in the 2 easy, 3 in the easy. Most of their games, 6 in the challenging category, and 2 games are going to be pretty difficult for them to win. This is the first team to have a FCS team, although we've only done one. Penn State didn't schedule an FCS team. They scheduled some MAC teams instead. I think the rating I'm going to give BYU for their schedule difficulty, probably a B+. You've got a lot of Power 5 teams in there. You also have a handful of independents, like Liberty and Notre Dame. They have 2 pretty difficult games to play. Most of their games are in the challenging section. I'm going to say this is a B+ schedule. B+ schedule. I'm going to project their record. I think their projected record will be... I'm going to say their projected record is going to be around 8-4, maybe 7-5. Maybe if they can pull off a good win, 9-3 during the regular season. Then they'll go to a bowl game. I have no idea who they would play in a bowl game because nothing's happened yet. So, But I think that about wraps it up. BYU was pretty good last year, except for their quite memorable loss to UAB. That was an interesting, quite poor way to end the season for them. Anyway, I've said this a couple times already. That wraps it up. And go check out my other series and the other video in this series so far. Already posted one. Again, I kind of got bored with the ULM series. That's definitely coming back. I just wanted to take some time away from it. It takes a really long time to record and edit, and I haven't had the past 2 weekends to really do that. That's why there have been a couple days without ULM videos. But until the next one, peace.